Be honest, how many times have you checked someone's profile today? That one person who somehow lives rent-free in your head. You catch yourself scrolling, wondering what they are doing, maybe even comparing their life to yours. Sometimes it's just a normal crush, but sometimes it feels way more intense than that. And interestingly, this is not a new idea. Back in the 1970s, a psychologist named Dorothy Tanev interviewed hundreds of people who described this exact experience. The obsession, the daydreaming, the highs and lows. She realized it wasn't the same as love. So she gave it a new name, limerence. And once you hear what it's about, you will probably recognize it too. What it feels like. So, picture this. You are constantly thinking about someone. One little text from them makes your whole week. But if they don't answer, your mood drops instantly. It's like your emotions are tied to this person's attention. You start daydreaming, replaying conversation in your head, imagining futures that don't exist. And it's exciting, but also can exhausting. Some people even describe it like being hooked on a drug. You just want another little hit of attention, a smile, a like, a reply. Consequences. Now, on the outside, this can look romantic. But if it goes too far, it can really mess with your life. You lose focus because you are spending hours in your head instead of in reality. You put this person on a pedestal, making them seem perfect when they are just human. And sometimes you even ignore your own goals, friends, or hobbies because your energy is stuck on one person. Basically, it is like living in a movie inside your head while real life is just passing by. Inside relationships. And here's the tricky part. This does not only happen to single people. You can be in a relationship and still feel it towards someone else. Why? Because long-term relationships feel stable and safe, which is actually good, but this kind of obsession feeds on mystery and what if. So maybe a coworker gives you a bit of attention, or an old friend messages you, and suddenly your brain goes, boom, new obsession unlocked. The problem is, people sometimes confuse that obsession with a real love. Spoiler, it's not the same thing. Real love is calmer, more grounded, more like chasing a high. And let's be honest, social media makes this 10 times worse. A lot of people keep checking the profiles of exes or old crushes. Why? Because the past is full of unfinished stories. There is nostalgia, mystery, and that classic. What if these things had been different? At first, it feels harmless, like curiosity. But if you are doing it all the time, it can become a problem. You get a little thrill every time they post. You start comparing your current life or partner to this fantasy version of the past. And because social media only shows the highlights, vacations, smiling selfies, success, your brain tricks you into thinking they are perfect. But it is just an illusion. How to deal with it? So, what can you actually do if you catch yourself in this cycle? First, recognize it. Just admit, okay, I'm caught up in this, maybe too much. Second, stop feeding it. Don't keep refreshing their profile, don't overanalyze texts. The less you feel it, the faster it fades. 3. Refocus on yourself. Hit the gym, work on a project, pick up a hobby, spend time with friends. The more you build your own life, the less you're stuck in someone else's. 4. Give it time. It always fades, sometimes in months, sometimes in a couple years, but it never lasts forever. 5. Invest in real love. Real love isn't about constant highs and lows. It's about connection, trust, and showing up in everyday life. Of course. So yeah, that intense, head spinning obsession people sometimes go through, that's limerence. It can feel amazing, it can feel terrible, but it is not the same as love. Love is steady, it grows with time. Limerence is a firework, bright, loud, but gone before you know it. And the sooner you recognize it, the sooner you can stop living in fantasy and start focusing on your life you're really building.